Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
In the news tonight, teachers promised end to runaround. Fallen men in blue remembered. And police seek identity of people in alleged child abuse video.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
It's been revealed that the Education Ministry is facing an enormous level of distrust within its operations. Education Minister Aya Said Qayyum says this has been an ongoing issue from past administrations and they're working to ensure these old practices are removed. Ali Kimbia with the details.
The Education Minister has confirmed receiving reports about some teachers given the runaround by the ministry, adding this is very disappointing.
The new teacher being recruited had to get the appointment letters from the Marella house, right? And I said, I called them in and I said, why is this? Why can't the appointment letters be given by the district education officers?
Aya Said Qayyum has assured teachers there will be changes to improve our education system. He also revealed there have been a lack of coordination in transferring teachers to other schools.
There was never actually a policy in the Ministry of Education that says this is the transfer policy. There's none.
The minister says teachers should expect to see some changes in the next 6 months on how the ministry operates. He says they will also ensure the right people are taken on board to deliver for teachers around the country. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The Water Authority says all preparations towards the planned water shutdown in the Western Division has been finalised. The authority will install 2 new Vanessa valves at the Nangando water treatment plant from midnight. Board Director Kamal Gounder says all necessary checks have been conducted in preparation for the planned shutdown, which is set to take place from midnight until midnight Tuesday. The areas affected will be all of Nandi and parts of Lautoka, excluding the Lautoka Central Business District and some other boundaries supplied through the Mboa and Saru water treatment plants. There were floods of tears at the Police Special Response Unit in Nasinu today as families and officers remembered those who passed away while serving as police officers. During Police Remembrance Day, Acting Prime Minister Aya Said Qayyum says it's vital that the force remembers the hard work of these officers and what they've done for the country. Anna Ravulo reports.
Nayana Hassan vividly remembers the last moments she shared with her late husband Mohammed Hassan, who was a police constable in Navua. Constable Hassan passed away in April.
It was a sudden death. Like, he was fit, healthy. Just all of a sudden in the middle of the night he told me that he's having a chest pain. And by the time we reached hospital and he was pronounced.
Until today, what hurts Nayana the most is the constant questions posed by her 2 young boys asking for their father.
It's really hard. I really missed him. My kids always ask for him. Like, my boys are still young, they don't know what happened, but they always ask for his father. They always ask him, where is he? I always tell them that he's at God's place. So they ask me, is he awake there? Is he coming back? Why don't police van brings him? Who's giving him the food there? They always ask about it. Is my father fishing there?
Meanwhile, the wife of the late Deputy Police Commissioner Isikeli Saulinga says she looks back at the hard work her husband had done for the force and the nation.
I must thank the police force for allowing us to pay our last respect to our loved ones.
And this occasion, of course, is solemn for the very reason because these officers served the Fiji Police Force. They served with all the dedication, the integrity that they had, and of course the time and the effort they put in.
Meanwhile, 18 police officers were remembered today for their commitment to the force. 13 officers were from the Central, Southern and Eastern Divisions, while 5 officers were from the West. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Police are urging the public who may have information on a video which shows a woman allegedly burning her daughter's hand with a lighter to come forward. The video, which shows the alleged abuse, is being circulated on social media. It shows the woman, believed to be in her 30s, sitting inside their home, arguing with the man believed to be the father of her daughter. During the argument, the woman used a lighter to allegedly burn her daughter's hand, and as a result, the child ran away crying in pain. Police spokesperson Ananai Soro is urging the public to report any information about this incident to the police or call Crime Stoppers on 919. Fiji has pledged to take a holistic approach to find solutions to ensure that all Fijians live a healthier, happier and more prosperous future. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama drove this message at the third high-level meeting on non-communicable diseases held at the United Nations headquarters. Bainimarama says the government has allocated huge amounts of capital into building and upgrading hospitals and health centres, along with training and recruiting skilled nurses and doctors to the hospitals. He says the government is taking a proactive role to encourage Fijians to change their lifestyles.
We have eliminated import taxes on healthy fruits and vegetables, while also introducing taxes on many of the unhealthy vices that contribute to the development of NCDs, like diabetes and cardiovascular diseases.
Still to come, better health records mean better care. And 40% of homes have no cyclone insurance. Details after the break.
Bula, nevango malakai leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Gua do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Navengo fane na tau nengo singatoka kita untuk talita kana Bula FM namba 2 na sere.
Bula FM namba 2 na sere.
In order for Fiji to treat and find cures for complex illnesses, the health sector needs to develop a culture of proper data and information storage. Acting Prime Minister Aya Said Qayyum says Fiji lacks proper record keeping, which limits doctors and medical practitioners from providing the required treatment at an early stage. Rachel Nath with the story.
The acting Prime Minister has voiced how important it is for medical practitioners to have accurate records and data.
We need to have a lot more sophisticated approach to medical care. We need to have a more sophisticated approach to, for example, finding out why things have happened and be able to collect data, because one of the issues that we have had in Fiji is we are not very good at collecting data. We're not very good at collecting information and actually storing that information and doing analysis of it to be able to find particular trends.
Said Qayyum says having data and information readily available will also assist the ministry to invest in the appropriate number of personnel.
We need to be able to, as a government, be able to provide the right level of personnel, and indeed the right personnel in the different specific areas and specialist areas, to be able to ensure that we take a very deep approach to it.
Meanwhile, the Health Ministry launched the 2018 Pinktober campaign today with the theme Curable if Detected Early.
One of the things that came out from the presentation by the doctors and our doctor expert from Australia was the fact that we need to detect this condition pretty early.
The acting Prime Minister also raised concerns about Fijians turning up late to hospitals seeking medical attention and expecting unreasonable outcomes. Rachel Na, FBC News.
In light of recent news that a businessman in Florida has trademarked the word Bula, the Fijian government is laying the legal groundwork to contest the move on multiple fronts. Only 6% of homes around the country are cyclone insured. While revealing the shocking statistic, the Construction Industry Council says a group consisting of an engineer, a designer, a surveyor and a lawyer has been tasked to get this in order. Sainian Imboila reports.
The Construction Industry Council has assigned a task group to look at ways and means to get more buildings insured for cyclones.
We need to look at why the number is 6%. One reason could be that maybe the cyclone insurance are too expensive for the average home builder, the homeowner. we need to look at whether it is, whether that's the case, or whether the houses are not compliant in order to get a cyclone certificate, you know.
Warani says the standards and the licensing of building engineers is critical in the industry to help address any issue.
Compliance requirements. This is now very, very important. For some, ICF recognition for engineers to do cyclone certification.
Meanwhile, the Construction Industry Council has also put together 8 other task groups to look into critical matters regarding the council. Sainian Imboila, FBC News.
An Air New Guinea flight missed its landing on the runway in Chuuk in the Federated States of Micronesia, instead making a splash in the nearby lagoon. While there were no fatalities recorded, it's been reported that 1 person was badly injured during the accident. 47 persons were on board, 35 passengers and 12 crew. Among them was a local journalist, Bill James, who described the mayhem that ensued.
I thought we landed hard, until I looked over and saw a hole in the side of the plane and water was coming in. And I thought, well, this is not the way it's supposed to happen. We came in low. We came in very low. And unfortunately, the flight attendants panicked and started yelling. And I was trying to be calm and help as best I could.
The late Jane Ryan, a well-known academic and an important figure in the country's education fraternity, was laid to rest today. Hundreds, including his family, close friends, students and teachers of Jane Ryan College, gathered in Suva to pay their final respects. Education Minister Ayaz Said Kayum paid tribute to late Narayan for his contribution in educating Fijians to ensure they have a bright future. The late Jane Narayan passed away on Sunday at the age of 93. He served 32 years of his teaching career as principal of Jane Ryan College. And Jamie will be here a little bit later with all the sports news, but before that, here's Rachel with all the business updates.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. RBF records $31 billion profit. And in growing Fiji, new device collects clean water from air. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Jenny Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Koroko, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic.
In business tonight, the Reserve Bank has reported a net profit of $31.5 million for the 2017-2018 financial year. Governor Arif Ali has attributed the positive outturn to higher returns derived from foreign reserve holdings of $46.9 million. After adjustments, the Reserve Bank will transfer $32.5 million to the government as required under the RBF Act. In highlighting the key outcomes detailed in the operations report, Ali stated that the RBF continues to effectively achieve its key objectives of low inflation and maintaining an adequate level of foreign reserves. At the end of July, inflation was 4.7% and foreign reserves stood at around $2.2 billion. The Fijian financial system remained slow and growing, with total gross assets of $19.8 billion as at July. And we now join Rocco from HFC Bank with the latest from the money market.
Thank you. Sentiments were upbeat in the Forex market today. The US dollar stood tall against most of its peers, holding near 9-month high. Their macroeconomic data released this morning reinforced positive views about the US economy and backed their Federal Reserve rates hike decision. According to the GDP numbers released, the American economy expanded at a strong pace in the second quarter, rising at an annualized rate of 4.2%. Meanwhile, their personal consumers' expenditure for August rose by 0.1% from the previous 1.9%. Next week will be interesting as we start a new month with Australia's interest rate decision. That's all from HFC Bank for now. You have a lovely weekend.
Thanks for the update, Rocco. On to the exchange rates. The Fiji dollar made gain against our two major trading partners, Australia and New Zealand, and showed some strength against the euro as well as the yen, but lost ground against the Chinese yuan, the US greenback, and the PNG kina. As for the commodities market, the price of oil eased somewhat, but still remained high at over $72 a barrel. Gold closed down at $1,184 an ounce, and silver closed lower at $14.29 per ounce. And in Growing Fiji tonight, the first project to use solar energy to condense water vapor into clean water has been launched in Yavusania village in Nandi. Philippe Nakaso has more.
It's basically a concept of water condensation, but in this case, a very high-tech condensation process condensing drinkable water from water vapor in the air.
So this technology, which we call hydro panels, they're solar powered, but the solar power is only to power the device. But literally they turn that water moisture into drinking water.
The hydro panels produce double distilled water that is passed through a mineral block so that the product is similar in taste and composition to a high-end bottled water.
I'm told that the hydro panels are an off-grid solar power technology which extracts water vapor from the air into a proprietary absorbent material. The water then flows into a reservoir where it is mineralized with calcium and magnesium for health and taste benefits.
This is the first time for us to see something like this, and for the past few days we have been trying the water and it tastes really good.
The hydro panels will also be set up in Korepita, Lutoka soon. Philippe Nakaso, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for this week. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Seruvakula confident Nolokoto will perform, and Singh ready to take on Fraser. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Super Rugby hooker Mesulamen Dolokoto will earn his first start in the #2 jersey for the Fijian Roar when they meet the New South Wales Country Eagles in the Australian NRC match tomorrow. After weeks on the bench, coach Senirusi Seruvakula has placed his full confidence in Dolokoto to prove his worth this weekend. Meli Tavanga has more.
23-year-old Mesulamen Dolokoto has been on the bench during the NRC campaign this season. But tomorrow, the former Fiji schoolboys rugby captain will run on in the starting lineup.
He always come from the bench for the past couple of games. And last week he had a big game when he come from the bench, so the opportunity is there.
Coach Senirusi Seruvakula says he looks forward to see the former QVS student make an impact in the forwards.
He's been consistent, and this is one of these big games. He's been on the run on, and exciting to see how he plays on Saturday.
Meanwhile, the New South Wales Country Eagles are ready to put on a hard-hitting show tomorrow.
I played for the country under-16s, and yeah, it was always a big privilege to play for them, and something I always looked forward to doing and wanted to. And it's a game that everyone from country looks forward to and can't wait to get into it.
The draw will host the 7th-ranked Country Eagles at Suva's ANZ Stadium at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Meli Tawanga, FBC Sports.
After his last fight ended in a draw with Rakuro Ndaunivavana, Fiji boxing super welterweight champion Sebastian Singh is back to rumble Franco Fraser. Singh, who has 13 professional bouts, will take on Fraser, who has 10 to his name, in a bout scheduled for next month. Mili Tavanga reports.
2 months after being away from any boxing event, Sebastian Singh is set to fight Franco Fraser.
He doesn't duck or dodge anyone, and he's always fought whoever's given to him. So that way I know he's capable of a lot of things. He's got decent power. But for us here at Team Sniper, we've been working really hard.
The sniper says he's coming prepared as Fraser is an unpredictable boxer.
Experience because he's been in the sport of boxing a long time. Looking at his amateur background, he started way before I did. But you know, boxing is a sport where if you're a champion in a division or if you're a contender, contenders will have to fight each other in order to become a champion.
Meanwhile, in another bout, 25-year-old middleweight boxer Malakai Maramo is looking at giving a hard time for Sunyandari in the ring.
I've heard that he's been knocking out his opponent in all his fights, and I'm coming prepared to give him a good run in the ring. I won't say much, but all I can say is I'm preparing well for this fight.
The bouts will be fought on October 20th at Prince Charles Park in Nandi. Melitawanga, FBC Sports.
Bay of Plenty suffered a shock 17-15 defeat to Manawatu in the Mitre 10 Cup match last night. The win was only the Turbo's second of the season and their first in Rotorua since 1951. The All Blacks will miss Damian McKenzie's impact off the bench against Argentina tomorrow. He is returning home following a family bereavement. McKenzie will rejoin the team in South Africa next week, his departure adding to a raft of changes to the team that lost to the Springboks in Wellington. 11 men's and 4 women's teams will compete in the Marist Hockey Eastgate tournament, which is currently underway at the National Hockey Centre in Laucala Bay, Suva. 14 teams are from Suva, while 1 women's team from Ba will compete for top honours on this turf. Tournament organizer Chantel Fraser says they're looking forward to another successful tournament, which ends on Sunday.
We're just finalizing the sponsors' requirements in the past week, and I'm sure you've seen a little bit of press out there, so we're just trying to tie up a few loose ends, but we're totally ready.
The Melbourne Storm and Sydney Roosters have made their public appearances before Sunday's NRL Grand Final. Among the players was injured Roosters playmaker Cooper Cronk, who says there's still a chance to play despite a shoulder injury. Meanwhile, you can catch the NRL Grand Final live on FBC TV at 9:30 on Sunday evening. Germany has beaten Turkey to host Euro 2024 after a vote by UEFA's executive committee yesterday. That's it from Sports Tonight. Join Angie later on with weather, and in the world of the weird and wonderful, a look at the world's largest swimming pool. That's coming up.
Narang golesenya, awama ketevenakas, dorong-rong binakape, on radio fijuan, nandomibit. Ayaw benyana, ito barongon na radio fijuan, nandomibisi, ihingatoka.
Guado ilaisa ingatoka, rong-rong binana heramakawa ina radio fijuan hingatoka.
Radio Fijuan, nandomibiti.
In tonight's new media, true innovation means considering what happens to a product at every stage of its life cycle. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello to you and to the cold weekend. A heavy rain warning has been issued and remains in force for the interior and eastern parts of Vitilevu, Kandavu and nearby smaller islands, Vanuatu, Taveuni and nearby smaller islands. There will be heavy showers from time to time, which could lead to flash flooding and flooding in low-lying areas. So much rain, so keep safe and drive safely as well. Taking a look in the west, pretty overcast with light showers taking charge from later tonight. Eastwards from Pekhabarusuva, it was so much cooler due to rainfall and there is thunderstorms with more rain coming our way. Let's brace ourselves for that. And up north, another cool day up here, more showers in store. At sea, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots, rough seas. For the tides, high tide at 8:22 p.m. with low tide at 2:20 a.m. Sunrise at 5:50. For tomorrow, there isn't much exciting news as we have to see rain throughout our weekend. Tomorrow's temps, Suva will be the coolest at 25 degrees. And looking further on to Sunday, there will be no sign of sunshine, so sleeping day is a must. What do you think of the idea, Jackie?
Right on my line, Angie. Thanks so much for that. Have a nice weekend. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked who will win the match between the Fijian Drua and the New South Wales Country Eagles in the NRC match tomorrow.
From my experience as a rugby player, I go for Drua. Because of the past games and the other team's past games, I go for Drua.
I think Fiji Airways Drua will win the game because it's their home ground and the support of the local crowd will help them in their game.
The Fijian Drua will win because they have been performing really well in the past weeks.
I believe that the Fiji Airways Drua will win tomorrow. Fiji is our country and I stand for our country. All the best, Fijian Drua, Fiji Airways Drua.
It's Fiji Drua will win this Saturday. And I think Fiji Drua will win because of the offloading game.
Fiji Drua will definitely win because I have been watching all their games. There have not been much changes, so I'm confident they will continue to improve.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, teachers promised end to runaround, fallen men in blue remembered, and police seek identity of people in alleged child abuse video. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we're asking, are you aware of your voting centres for the upcoming election? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day from Sarah Wangalaivi and Sovita Umbitu of Wailevu, Lambasa. Just another cloudy day in the beautiful north. This was taken at Soso, Lambasa. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Bye for now.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से जैसे फ्रेंडी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।